Portugal. I've not done one of these videos for a little while, so it's about that. I've been super busy, coaching, etc. Yeah, quite a few life updates to talk to you boys in this one about. I was thinking about doing a podcast, but I thought let's do a live stream instead because I like to I like to challenge myself with the lives. Because obviously, like when you record something, you can be like, nah, that was shit, let's do it again. But like with this one, I was like, nah, fuck it. I've not created any video content for a little while, so I was like, let's just throw myself into the deep end, get on the live, see what people are saying, and yeah, just check in with you boys. Really, it's quite a spontaneous live stream. So basically, I'm in the Algarve for a week. Took my mum on holiday. It's one of the things that I've wanted to do for quite a while. For me, the whole point of making money and becoming wealthy is to treat the people that you love. So yeah, my mum was going through a little bit of a rough patch, bit of a difficult time back in the UK. So I was like, listen, let's just go away. Let's go away for a week. Just all I need you to do is just come on the plane and like we'll just like spend a week together. So yeah, I took her to a favorite place. So we've actually got quite a nice gaff. Maybe I'll like show it to you boys later. I've got like the balcony. She's sunning herself at the moment in a swimming pool. So I'm like, I'm gonna be the psychopath that I am, being like, I'm on holiday for a week, but I'm gonna smash a live stream for the Casanovians because it's weird actually, because like, even though like I'm quote unquote on holiday, like the lifestyle that I've created for myself, like every day is a holiday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I work ferociously hard, but I get to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, right? It doesn't happen by luck, it happens by design. It's happened because I've created this lifestyle for myself, and the whole point of me accumulating money is like, so I can do things like this. Do you know what I mean? I don't care about like the flashy shit. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking going out and buying a Rolex or get your fucking Lambo. Like, not that I can afford a Lambo right now, but like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get so much more pleasure giving, right? Like giving back to the people who I care about. And I just think that's an important life lesson that I've really learned just since I've started accumulating money for myself. I'm like, well, what can I actually give to the world, right? Like my mum has been there for me like through thick and thin. For me, that's a hard sentence to say. Like she's been there for me, and like we've had our ups and we've had our downs. But yeah, for me, it's just the importance of being able to give back. I think that's just like a key mindset for you boys to have. Like I always try my best to try and relate it back to like day game for you. But just going out to give, you know, I think it's just a crucial mindset. I think just having a level of care when you actually go out there, you know, everyone wants to take things, right? Everyone always just wants to take, okay, what can I get from this person? Yeah, the world is motivated by self-interest. Yeah, we all want the best deal for ourselves, but I think a rising tide lifts all the boats, right? Why can we all not benefit together? That's the relationships I have with my clients, right? Like I want everyone who is associated with me to win, right? I want us all to get more girls, make more money, escape the 9 to 5. And that's why I always deliver a 10 out of 10 service with every client who comes through the door. It's like, whether you do like 1 day with me, 3 days, or a longer coaching program, I'm giving you an insatiable level of care. Why? Because it reflects on me, right? I don't want anybody ever leaving my coaching experiences feeling like they were given, feeling as though I under-delivered, right? I always want to over-deliver. And all of my clients, like, they become my friends, and I'm there for you, right? Whether it's 1 month, 1 year, 10 years from now, you've invested your money into me, and I will go above and beyond to make sure that you are looked after and you're in this network. So yeah, I titled this one, can't remember what I titled it, to be honest, something about like, I wouldn't bother learning how to talk to girls during the day if I were you. And the reason I've titled it that is because it's almost impossible to do this on your own. All right, I want to pop your bubble, this fallacy that you may well be brainwashing yourself to believe that you can teach yourself all of this stuff from scratch on your own. Like you fucking can't, mate. Right? And you can do whatever you want with that information. You may disagree with me. You might be like, mate, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've only ever done it on my own. It's going pretty well. Then fine, like live your life. But I think for the vast majority of guys, especially the conversations that I have with my clients, it's like, mate, I can't believe I wasted so much time trying to do this all on my own. I was on a call with a guy yesterday. He's like, bro, if I wanted to become an amazing boxer, I just hire somebody who is fucking amazing at boxing. So I can stop pissing my time away. So I can get someone to give me the no bullshit feedback. I can get somebody to tell me where I suck. I've got someone to hold me accountable. Be like, yo, did you go training this week? Why did you not go train? Like, you need that. You need the immersion. You need the accountability. And you also need a support network as well. Like one of my favorite elements now of my coaching, because I've been doing this for almost 3 years, is I've built an extensive network of like-minded, radically ambitious action takers. So now when a guy comes to work with me, especially if it's in the UK, whether it's London, whether it's Manchester, or whether it's up in Scotland, I've got that ready-made network for you, right? You get to, not only are you spending the time with me, right? So not only am I going to be helping you accelerate your progress through individually tailored one-on-one no bullshit coaching, but the time that we spend together is just the start of everything. And this is what I was saying before about over-delivering. Yeah, givers gain, just giving, right? So it's like once you've worked with me, I then introduce you to my ready-made network, whether it's in Manchester, whether it's in London, whether it's Edinburgh, Glasgow. Like, I've got guys who I introduce you to. So you've not just got me, but you've got that ready-made accountability system in place, right? So you've got guys who you can link up with on WhatsApp, be like, yo boys, who's out today? Like, let's go out. And then you've got that social safety net in place. If you have a few conversations that don't really go your way, you can just laugh about it with the boys. I had this amazing experience. I'm going to post like some reviews on the community post later on today. But I had this amazing experience in Manchester at the weekend just gone. So I was coaching a guy. You know who you are. So a guy's like 37 years old, right? So he's been wanting to do this sort of thing for a long time, but he said to me, like, he's waited 37 years just to find someone like me who can actually guide him through the process. And one of the best experiences I was able to experience was on Market Street. I got a former client of mine to come and meet us. So like have the network in place right there, like during the coaching session itself, like introducing guys as we're going through Manchester. And it was this amazing experience where the guy who I was coaching at the weekend was number closing one girl, and then my former student, who'd not done any like approaches for a little while because like he's just taking a little break, was back on Market Street in Manchester, like super busy on a Saturday, and they were both simultaneously number closing at the same time. I just felt like a proud father. I was just like looking at one way, there was one guy, number closing, and I looked the other way, there's the other guy, number closing, and they both come back to me. And it's like, yeah, I made that happen, right? Like we made that happen, right? My coaching and their action, because it's like a personal trainer can't lift the weight for you. Do you know what I mean? Like a personal trainer can't lift the weight for you. A personal trainer isn't responsible if you decide to stuff your face with donuts at midnight. Right? Like the personal trainer can give you the playbook. It's up to you if you actually want to play. And the guy who was coaching, we were having very deep esoteric discussions as we were swanning around the streets of Manchester. And we've been talking back and forth since the weekend. He sent me a voice message that I listened to this morning. He was like, mate, one of the biggest epiphanies that I've got from working with you, rather than try to do all of this on my own, is now I'm going after what I want rather than what I think I can get. I think that's one of the most profound realizations of doing this, right? I always say to you boys, this goes deeper than day game. This is a process of masculine personal renaissance. It's becoming the most fuckable version of you through the fires of adversity. And when he said to me, yeah, there was this approach that he did, and I think this will resonate with a lot of guys. There was this girl that he saw. It was in the Arndale shopping centre in Manchester. This was meant to be, because it started raining. It had been like beautiful sunshine all day, and all of a sudden the heavens opened, and we went into the Arndale centre. It was me, him, and another guy who I know in Manchester, so like always like fucking pinging people together. And this girl, this absolute worldly, strutted past us both. I knew that he liked him, right? I knew that he liked her. We're not doing no gay game around this side. So this absolute worldly struts past us both. He looks at her, and then he kind of like looks at me to see if I saw him looking at her. And there was this moment, right? This moment of hesitation. It wasn't fight or flight. It was freeze, right? And a former version of him wouldn't have gone in for that approach. And without me being there, he wouldn't have gone in for that approach. But all I said to him as she strutted past us was, you don't want to regret that one, right? You don't want to regret that one. And then he looked at me and he was off. And like that was probably his most successful approach of the weekend. The reason he didn't want to go in for that approach was because this girl was slightly taller than him. So I know there's probably a lot of guys watching this, maybe guys who are on the shorter side who don't approach girls who are taller because they think they're just going to get blown out immediately. This was a shining example of understanding in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you think you deserve, right? Going into your approaches with a sense of entitlement, right? Believing that you are the dog's fucking bollocks. Like it's just as objectively true to believe that you are the most fuckable man on the planet, to believe that you're the biggest piece of shit on the planet. Like both narratives are objectively true. It's like, which one are you going to subscribe to? It's like Plato said, people who tell stories rule the world. So you have to make sure that the stories that you're telling yourself on a daily basis are serving you rather than strangling you, rather than castrating you of your confidence. Yeah, because we are crushingly cruel commentators of ourselves. Even if it means just fucking telling yourself you are the guy, like literally just like saying to yourself over and over again, yes, mate, I'm the fucking guy. I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. I'm the fucking greatest thing on this earth. I can, like, success, women, fucking power come easy to me. And it's not just like some like law of attraction woo-woo shit. It's not like fake it till you make it. It's more believe it so you can become it. Yeah, like acting as if. Yeah, how would you act if you had 10 gobsmackingly gorgeous girls in your phone who were desperate to see you? Imagine how carefree, how non-needy, how detached from outcome you would be, and start living that way. Yeah, it takes practice, of course it does. Like, it's easy to just go back to your default mode of being, right? Where it's like, oh, I'm not very good with girls, like, I'm an introvert, like, nothing good happens to me. It's like, oh, this always happens to me. Like, no, it's like, these are the bullshit narratives that you're telling yourself, right? So rather than just feeding yourself these false bullshit narratives, you need to actually make a conscious effort. And I'm talking about like every single day when you wake up, before you go to bed, whilst you're having a shit in the evening. Just tell yourself that you are fucking good. But then it's like, you can't just, like belief has to be mixed with action. You know what I mean? You can't just like sit cross-legged on your floor, like try to fucking manifest this stuff. It's like, right, that's the mindset, right? That's like, mindset is everything, yeah? The way that it's like, you know, it's what you think you deserve. But like, if you were the most fuckable man on the planet, then you'd probably be training hard at the gym 5 times a week, right? You'd probably be looking at a way to escape the 9 to 5. You'd probably be going out there and approaching girls who you actually wanted rather than the girls who you think you can get. And that was like the biggest epiphany for him over this weekend. And like, I love it when I coach a guy and it's like, you don't even need to say that much. It's just like, right, I get it now. Like, I understand like all the things that you say. Because like a lot of the things that I say don't make sense until you actually do it. I say things like the way you start is not the way that you finish. And guys are like, yeah, that sounds nice and poetic. But when you're actually going out there in the trenches and you're actually doing this stuff in real life and you have 5 conversations at the start of the day, which are shit. And then an hour later, you have 5 conversations that are good. And you look back at the start of the day, you're like, oh, right, the way that I start is not the way that I finish. I.e., I need to warm up first. I need to break the seal of the day. But the problem that you'll find if you're trying to do this on your own is you don't stay out for long enough. Or if you are staying out for a long time, you're just not talking to anyone. You're just walking around for like 3 hours. Maybe you'll speak to someone, maybe you won't. And it's like, why are you, like, there's no reason anyone should be struggling with this stuff anymore, especially if you're listening to this live stream and you're based in the UK. And even if you're slightly considering working with me directly, then for fuck's sake, book a call in with me, right? This is like unshameless plugging because it feels as though I'm sat on Bitcoin back in 2008. Like, I know the value of what I do, right? I know how good my coaching actually is. I firmly believe that I'm the best person in this country to teach you this skill set. I don't think anybody else compares to me. When you actually spend time with me, you'll understand it, right? These videos don't really do me that much justice. Like, I'm like completely different in person to how I actually am on these videos. Like, videos, they only take you so far, right? So the reason that I titled this is like, you know, there's only so much you can do, right? It's like, okay, fine, you can try and teach yourself how to swim. Of course you can. But if you really want to take this shit to the moon, then you need to be surrounded with not just me, but the network that I've created. You know, I wouldn't work with anybody who I wouldn't be friends with outside of this. So, you know, when I'm introducing you to people, you know, if you're accepted to work with me, that there's something special about you, that I see something in you that maybe I see in my former self, right? Because, you know, like this, like the person that I am today, and I'm not trying to like blow my own trumpet like too hard, but like, you know, when I was like in my formative years, like when I was like 11, 12 years old, and I was like I've had a decade on you, right? I was teaching myself how to perform magic at like 11, 12 years old, going around parks in the Lake District, going around working men's clubs, approaching tables of drunk guys, being like, oh, hi, mister, can I show you a magic trick? And like, nah, mate, fuck off, right? Just building that bulletproof bravado early on. And if you're watching this, maybe you're like 30 years old and you've not had a decade of putting yourself through the social fire, mate, you've got no fucking chance of teaching yourself this stuff, right? There's no guarantee that you're actually going to get where you want to get to. Like, I meet guys all of the time who they haven't worked with me yet, but I'll meet them like when I'm going around. Guys will often approach me in the street being like, oh my fucking God, it's Christian. I'll ask him, how's it going, man? It's like, oh yeah, no, it's going okay. And like, they've got no structure. They've got no accountability. They've got no one to pinpoint the blind spots. They've got no one who's got the fucking Rode wireless microphone who can listen into their conversations. They've got no one to say to them, mate, you dress like shit. Mate, you need to train hard at the gym. Mate, you need to get your lifestyle in order. Mate, you need to get this. Like, they don't have that, right? And that's what you need. You need no bullshit feedback. And I guarantee if you're trying to teach yourself this stuff on your own, then you probably lack friends as well, right? You probably just the perpetual lone wolf, just try to do everything on your own. You don't have you don't have a social circle, you don't have friends, you don't have guys who you can laugh your way through life with. Like, if you truly think that you can learn this skill set on your own and do it all on your own, you are fucking deluded. And listen, it's your life. Do what you want with it. But I know the guys in my network, those are the guys who are fucking winning. Right, those are the guys who are posting the reviews of what it's been like to work with me, saying, mate, you have changed my fucking life. Not just for the days that we spent together, but all the days after that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the network that I introduced you to. It's the skills that you learn. It's the conversations that we have. It's the man you're becoming, right? That's how you have to view day game. It's an investment into your future self, right? Maybe you're not the guy right now. Maybe you're not fuckable enough right now. Maybe you're 2 years away from being your finished product. But if you invest in yourself now, then, look at me, like fucking 2.5 years ago, I was absolutely fucking like troglodyte, whatever. And when you actually look at your life, it's something that I do, like conversation I have with guys, be like, everything that guys do is to receive love from the feminine, right? Like when you strip back all the bullshit, like everything that guys do to some degree is to receive love from the feminine, right? It's why you buy the flashy car. It's why you go on the expensive holiday. It's the fucking Algarve. It's why you buy the nice clothes. It's why you go to the gym. It's why you do anything as a man. It's to receive love from the feminine. And it annoys me when I hear comments from guys being like, oh, all that this is about is getting laid. That is such a horseshit argument, because if this was just about getting laid, you'd just hire a prostitute. It's deeper than that, right? A prostitute doesn't give you that sense of love that you're craving from the feminine, right? Realistically, we all just want to be loved for who we are rather than what we have, right? And if you look at like a year of your life and you look at all of the money that you piss away on trivial things that you hope will give you love from the feminine, like fucking dating apps, alcohol-infused nights out where you spend like £400 a night out, you've got fuck all to show for it, apart from a hangover and a reduced immune system. All of these little things or big things that you're chucking money at that you think might get you girls, why not instead invest in something that actually will, i.e. you, i.e. me, right? Like, you are your biggest asset, right? So stop pissing money away on these materialistic trophies. And I'm not saying don't get those things. It's great. Like, life is a game. Life is fun. We should all strive for these trophies that give us a sense of satisfaction, right? Like, I'm out here, I've taken my mum on holiday, but like I'm trying to put this into words. Like, I've taken my mum on holiday to the Algarve, right? But there's also a part of me that when I get back and I'm chatting to girls in London or Manchester or wherever else I'm going to go to Argentina in like October, definitely there's a part of me which is going to relay this narrative to the girls. Be like, yeah, I took my mum on holiday to the Algarve. Like, it just that's the whole thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's me just being completely transparent. It's like, you can relate everything that you do to receive love from the feminine. It's like, I'm receiving love from my mum as well. Do you know what I mean? Like we've had a turbulent relationship in times, and for me, this is a way of like bringing us together, right? But like I don't know if I'm expressing this that well, but like everything that we do is to receive love from the feminine. It's just saying like, yeah, bro, it's just about getting laid. Like it's so trivial, and anyone who's got that mindset is a fucking moron. And just isn't the sort of person that I want to be around a table having discussions with, because your mindset is so one-dimensional. If it was just about getting laid, you'd hire a prostitute. It's deeper than that. You want to feel a sense of satisfaction with the end result. You want to feel as though you're enough. You want to feel as though you're important. You want to feel sexually desired. You want to feel as though your presence means something to somebody. And I think just asking yourself, what do you want? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you actually want? Like, fuck what anyone else says. Fuck what I say. Just say, like, what is it that you want? Not what you think you want to want or what you should want, but like, what is it that you actually want? Because for a lot of guys, like, you just want to be wanted, right? A lot of guys, you just want to have a girlfriend who you can like fucking cuddle up with at the end of the day, who can just alleviate your stress, your anxieties, and your worries. But it's not popular to say that these days with the red pill narrative, right? It's not popular. You just have to be like, yeah, I want like multiple wives, multiple girlfriends, be the perpetual player. Like, is that actually what you want? Or do you just want one great woman who you can be life partners with and take over the fucking world with? Because in this season of my life, that's exactly what I'm striving for. I don't care about mindless fucking bangs with empty, low-quality girls, right? It's those high-quality, full-bodied relationships that I'm searching for. And when you strip back all the bullshit, especially the conversations that I have with my clients, that's really what they want as well, right? They just want to be wanted. They want to be loved for who they are. Right? Talkers with this shit, right? So many guys giving advice, and all they do is make talking head videos. Yeah, but Christian, you're making a talking head video now. Yeah, I've got like 300 fucking infields on my channel of me actually doing shit. Like, I'm actually qualified to be saying this stuff because all of the receipts are actually on the channel. You can actually see me practicing what I'm preaching. Like, I'll watch videos from other channels and they'll be giving advice like how to talk to girls or how to get a girlfriend or how to maintain the frame, you know, like during an interaction with a girl. It's like, yeah, cool story, bro. Like, where's the actual evidence of you doing this stuff? There's just a lot of talking, just a lot of commentators, or you'll maybe come across a channel of like a 16-year-old giving life advice. It's like, mate, maybe you could ride a bike. Great, happy days. But it's like I've been criticized in the past by guys being like, oh, you're 26, you know fuck all about life. But like, I think if you actually understood the life that I've lived up to this point, like I started my process of masculine renaissance when I was like 11, 12 years old with the whole magic thing. I'm qualified, mate. Like, I'm qualified. Like, I've been putting myself through the fires of adversity from a very young age. Right? I was fucking solo skydiving at 18 years old. I worked as a lifeguard out in America. And yeah, this is me qualifying myself. Because I think like these are conversations that I have with my clients. I want to try and like share these conversations more like via the live streams. I do it on the podcast, but I feel as though like a lot of guys, only the true Kasanovians listen to the podcast. So I feel as though this will get a greater reach. But yeah, just one more story that I wanted to share with you boys before I say au revoir. I think some people are asking questions in the comments as well, but in terms of not actually doing this stuff on your own, I recently joined a $10,000 coaching program, right? So a $10,000 coaching program. So this is how passionate and serious I am, not just about building, I don't really like to call it a business because it's more of it's building myself, right? It's developing the skills that I've acquiring skills. But it was really the start of this year after spending time in Brazil, having a network of guys out there, guys who are very rip-roaringly successful. I really started to understand the importance of networks. I was always one of those like DIY mentality guys, being like, yeah, don't need anyone else, do it all on my own. And yeah, that can get you into the game. But if you're looking to actually accelerate your progress, then you need to pay for access, right? That's what I've done. Right now, I'm able to connect with millionaires, right? I joined a $10,000 coaching program. Now I'm connecting with millionaires, guys who are running $1 million brands, $1 million businesses, talking about that high level stuff. Like, this is the whole point of making money. It's to treat the people that you love and to invest into yourself as a man. Like, I think it'd be hypocritical of me saying to you, yeah, bro, fucking invest in coaching if I'm not actually doing that. So I've joined a $10,000 coaching program, and I'm using this to develop my skill set, because like you can always make more money, but you never get your time back. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't get that time back. And for me, I always imagine myself like 20 years from now. Like, imagine myself 20 years in the future, looking back at the tapestry of my life, being like, I wonder what would have happened if I dropped 10K on that coaching program. I wonder what would have happened. Well, I'm 20 years older now, and you don't want to be that guy who sleepwalks through life and wakes up when his best years are behind him. Like, the time is fucking now, and we're too long dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, eternity is a long time. I had this like epiphany this morning when I woke up here. I was like, fuck me, man, eternity, that is long. Like, just imagine like just being sleepless for eternity, like, and just understanding the gift that you've got right now. What is it, like a 1 in 400 trillion chance of us being born, like actually being on this earth, actually being able to be an active player in the game of life. And so many of us are just pissing our time away, procrastinating, fucking pissing your time away on TikTok or playing Call of Duty or FIFA or fucking Fortnite, or just thinking about doing stuff for like 5 years and never pulling the trigger. And it's like, you're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Just decide what it is you're going to do and stick with it. It's like, you're either a smoker or you're not a smoker. Decide what you are and then just be that thing. The worst is just being in that limbo of perpetual procrastination, meaning like, I'll do it in a year, or I'll do it when I've got a little bit more money together. It's like, mate, you're never gonna do it, realistically. Like, if you've been watching my stuff for like, I would say, if you've been watching my stuff for over 7 months, and you've been out there, you've tried this stuff, you think it's gonna get better, you think all you need to do to get good at day gaming is just to keep day gaming, and one day you'll get good at it. No, mate, that's not how it fucking works. Like, it's just not how it works. You're just gonna be going out, walking around like a fucking robot, like the ancient mariner, like wandering the earth, just mindlessly, like just talking to girls, maybe creeping them out, and not knowing why, and just thinking, this doesn't work, or this is only for a certain type of guy. It's not a case of day game doesn't work, it's a case of you don't work. That's the whole point. It's like, this doesn't work, it's not giving me results. And it's like, yeah, it's not giving you results. But there's plenty of us guys out there who are getting results from it. That's why we continue to do it. The guys who are getting results are in my fucking network. And this is just like, I don't understand. It's like, it's just such a no-brainer for me. You want to get great at a skill, invest in people who are better than you and who can actually show you the ropes. So yeah, in terms of the content upload schedule, I'm changing my overall content strategy. So you'll see what I mean when I post the next video. So I'm gonna be putting a lot more time and effort into videos rather than just like pumping videos out. I'm taking more of a deliberate, intentional approach, and I think it's just gonna take things like to the fucking stratosphere. And yeah, bro, like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't like to use the word happy because I feel like it can be a bit wishy-washy, but I feel satisfied and I feel fulfilled where I'm at right now. Like, if you actually look back at like my early videos, like making videos in that grotty apartment in Leeds, just looking absolutely horrific, like, we've done well. I kind of want this channel to be as much of a masculine renaissance channel, not just, learn how to talk to girls during the day. It's like, actually see the development for yourself, actually see the come up, actually see where I was, where I'm at now, and like future project where I'm going, like where I'm going to be in 10 years from now, and just use that to motivate the fuck out of yourself to become more than you probably think that you're going to be. You know what I mean? Because I think it's important to have case studies that you can actually witness. Like, this crazy catalog of content that I've created for almost 3 years now, it's not just documenting my day game journey, but it's documenting my life game journey, right? It's like evolution after evolution, like never staying static, always looking for the next thing, always looking for the next avenue to grow, whether it is day game, whether it's business, whether it's fitness, fucking fashion, finances. Like, there's always more to build. And I've just got this insatiable appetite to, I don't know, just to conquer, to take over, and just to create as much joy in this world. Like I say, like, I want everyone who's associated with me to win. And if you don't like me, if you have like little nasty things to say about me, if you don't resonate with me, then that's fine. Like, that's cool. Like, it's like you find the people who you resonate with, right? But yeah, I don't know, bro. I think a part of me has always believed that I am in some way special. Right, I know that's such like a narcissistic thing to say, but it's just true. Like, I always believe, like, even like as a young kid, like when I didn't have a lot going for me, like when I actually just look back at the tapestry of my life, like, it's just, I don't know, there's always been something inside of me being like, yeah, mate, there's something special about you. You are going to achieve great things, and that doesn't mean like things just get handed to you. You know, I say it doesn't happen by luck; it happens by design. But I think there's just something within me which has just always believed that I can achieve whatever I set my mind to. I believe that I've been put on this earth for a reason by God to fulfill some sort of purpose, whether that's just to help guys live better lives. But I don't know, I feel as though that the whole day game thing is a precursor to another season of my life. Like when I'm like 36 years old, I feel as though like more, like, I don't know, just thoughts, just expostulations. Guys will be watching this video being like, is this guy on fucking DMT? It's like, no, I've had a coffee, but I don't know. I was feeling restless, so I wanted to put a piece of content out, and I hope that you boys have enjoyed this. There's some nice views. I don't know if you can kind of see the gaff. That's where I'm writing up the next video for you. Speaking of the next video's gonna be a fucking banger, mate. Like, I'm really looking forward to posting it. Oh, sorry, you can see my fucking fingers. Cheers, lad. Thanks for live stream. Where are you vacationing currently? The Algarve, bro, Portugal. How many approaches does a beginner have to get a result? That's just a fucking stupid question. How many approaches? It doesn't make any fucking sense. How many approaches does a beginner get a result? What does that question even fucking mean? What do you mean by a result? A girl smiling at you? Girl giving you your phone number? Mate, if you're doing this on your own, you're most likely not going to get results. That is me being completely honest, right? I give away information for free and I charge for implementation. How long's a piece of fucking string? Most likely, if you're doing this on your own with no accountability, no masculine support network, no one to give you any no bullshit feedback, the rest of your life, mate, you're probably walking around the streets for the rest of your life. Maybe a girl will smile at you. Maybe you'll get a date, like an instant date if you're lucky. But like, you're just not gonna do it on your own. You're really not. Like, it is almost impossible to teach yourself this stuff from scratch. I taught myself how to cold approach people to perform magic for 10 years of my life. But 3 months after me learning day game, or 6 months after me learning day game, I teamed up with Dan in London, who films all the videos, but he's worked in this industry for over 10 years, right? And the reason that I was able to make such rapid progress, as well as doing the magic for 10 years, like, everyone just underestimates how important that was for my progression. A decade of cold approaching strangers to perform magic. It's like public speaking whilst performing magic. It's ludicrous. Anyway, I teamed up with Dan in London, so I was gaining a lot of experience. I was soaking up a lot of his knowledge whilst we were filming together. He would give me feedback after every approach, but not only that, I was filming all this stuff as well. Like, I started filming my progress. I started filming me doing this 6 months in, right? Like, actually, no, I started filming myself like 3 months in. That's what if you type in like Leeds day game, you'll find my stuff. That was like me, like 3 months into day game. I was pretty good, right? I was pretty good then. But yeah, like working with Dan in London, like him giving me feedback, like learning from like someone who's worked with all of the coaches from like fucking Mystery, for fuck's sake. The guys worked with Mystery, David LaRuina, that fucking guy, like works with everybody. So I've got all that experience. But yeah, how long does it take a beginner to get a result? Maybe probably the rest of your fucking life. And I guarantee the guys who are doing this on their own, with none of those things in place, the masculine support network, the accountability, the no bullshit feedback, they will be the same guys who do this for a year, after parading around the pavements, like hardly speaking to anybody, thinking it's just about approaching. You're not going to get anywhere. Then you'll complain online that it doesn't work. You'll say that I'm fake. They're all paid actresses. as if I've got like what? How much money would I be paying each actress? Fuck me, bro. It's a lot of money out of my pocket just to to pay actresses to reject me. Anyway, yeah, I do what you want with that information. But that's me just being brutally honest with you. The thing is as well, it's like even if it's not me, yeah, even if it's not me, I don't know what country you live in. Even if it's not me who you decide to work with somebody. Right, work with someone who you resonate with. Work with someone who you feel as though you can get value from. Like, no one should be doing this on their fucking own, right? So, like, even if it's not me, just find someone who can guide you. Maybe it's just a really experienced wingman who can take you under his wing. The problem is with wings, though, the wing is there for themselves. And if you've both got the same type of girl, you're going to end up taking it. And there's a lot of problem wings. But, like, if that's your best option, if you can't afford coaching, then just find an experienced wing who you can go out with. Because you're just not going to do it on your own. More importantly, like, why would you want to do this on your own? Like, there's nothing quite like going around with a band of brothers on a Saturday afternoon in your home city, just laughing your way through the session, being each other's cheerleaders, getting to the end of the day, sat in a cafe, reminiscing over your war stories, being like, bro, do you remember that absolutely horrendous blower that I got on Market Street? Like, do you remember that approach that I did at the train station? Fuck me, bro. I thought security guards were gonna come over. And do you remember that girl that we approached who was with her mum, and then the dad showed up, and then bro, what a day that's been. And then it's like I think that's what bonds you as guys. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's like the shit that like bonds you as men. It's like having that talismanic tribe of radically ambitious action takers. There's something special about the guys who you day game with. Like, you build a special sort of relationship. And I found that the guys who you day game with, those are your brothers for life. Do you know what I mean? Those are the guys who are there for you because they get it. Like, you can just talk to those guys about anything. But like your regular friends, I don't have any, like, all of my friends are my clients. There's a different type of relationship. And I'm just imagining one day, like, if I ever decide to get married to the one, just inviting all of my clients to my fucking wedding and like just getting them all to do like a little 1 minute speech purely for my own self-aggrandized narcissistic purposes, but just each one just saying like a little something about how I've been able to transform them as men. I think that would just be amazing. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, I don't even need to get married. I can just like host parties and stuff. I actually am going to start doing that this year. So like my inner circle, my vision for us all, like I said, I want everyone who's associated with me to win, but I want to be having like these regular Renaissance meetups, like in different parts of the world, like Argentina, Brazil, Dubai, wherever it is, and then just invite my guys. Obviously, like if they can't come, they can't come, but just like hosting these like meetups where we all just get together and we all just share, we all do life together. We're all like men of honor, like on our path, like the fucking knights of the realm, like all gallivanting across the globe, like conquering the world, and we all come together for these like big, massive mastermind meetings. I learned so much from every like most of my clients are older than me as well. Like most of my clients are like in their 30s. So like when they talk, I listen. Do you know what I mean? It's not just like this thing where it's like, okay, I'm the expert. Like no, it's like I learn so much from the guys who I work with, and just like giving them the stage to express their visions and experiences of life. Like I just love that shit. It's because I didn't have friends, right? I didn't have friends growing up, and this is my way of almost making up for lost. I don't know. It's not making up for lost time, because I'm truly grateful for the formative years that I had, because it gave me so much empathy because like in my clients, like I see my former self. I see that scared, insecure, shy little boy who just wants to be loved. That's what I see in my clients. And when we strip back the bullshit, that's what we have there. You almost have to be a parent to yourself or be a parent to them, because I think that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of us, we just go through life with that perceived lack of self-worth. We don't feel as though we're enough. We don't feel as though we're worthy to receive love from the feminine. We don't feel as though we can actually get the things that we want. And a lot of times, like guys, like just need someone to actually believe in them. You know, the power of belief, bro, goes a long way. Do you know what I mean? Like actually having someone who believes in you, who tells you that, mate, you can do it. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Too fucking right. And we're gonna do it, right? Just having this ferociously optimistic attitude to life. It's infectious. Like guys, when they spend time with me, I remember remember Ephraim, if you're watching this live stream, bro, I fucking love you. You're gonna come out to Argentina, yeah? I remember, like, you know, we spent 4 weeks together out in Warsaw. You can watch like all of the Ephraim series if you like. I guess if you type in Christian Kasanova Warsaw or Christian Kasanova Ephraim, Efrem, you'll be able to see, like, we documented his process. But you know, he was like, listen, like, I'm learning so much just through osmosis, like, just like walking with me through the streets of Warsaw. I've got a loud voice. I'm talking about provocative topics. We were making videos out in public. It's just all that shit that goes into it. It's not just, you know, I'm not teaching you how a day game. I'm teaching you how to be free. And that's why I've always used the mantra, freedom from bullshit. I see this more as like the hero's journey, going from the scared, insecure, lost little boy to the fucking Renaissance warrior. But you've always got that. I think you've always got that. It's not about eradicating it, but embracing it. Like, you just need to fucking give yourself that sense of reassurance. Like, listen, no, I've got us, or we've got this, we can do this. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you need to just be a fucking cheerleader to yourself, and then surround yourself with other cheerleaders, and you bring each other up. Mad fucking thoughts, mate. For like 3 p.m. in the Algarve. Finding someone else who's having these discussions in the fucking Algarve. But no, I think it's interesting. Also, if you're watching this live stream, give it a fucking like. Like, it's absolutely criminal if you're not smashing that like button. But yeah, do that. But fuck me, there's a lot of questions. What do you do for jaw training? Fuck all, mate. It's called genetics. I've got my mum to thank for that. My dad, not so much. He's like, my dad, actually, and yes, he is my dad. My dad is like 5'5", like the most socially atrocious man I've ever met. That's what I mean about, like, I just believe that there is something within me which is special, because I wasn't meant to be here. Like, my dad is just my dad's basically just like a fucking raging alcoholic, socially anxious, absolute mess. Like 5'5", would never speak to anybody. And like, it's just like, the culture that I grew up in was small town mindset in the Lake District. So it's a small working class town called Barrow-in-Furness. It's like 60,000 people. Every single person in my family works at the same submarine factory. Like 87% of the people who are born in Barrow-in-Furness grow up, they go to school, they go to college, they get an apprenticeship, they go in BAE systems, and they work in the submarine factory for the next 50 years of their lives. Like, it's such a comfortable living, you get paid really good money. My dad works in there, he's very high up, so he could have like fast-tracked me, #nepotism, to get into like the offices, etc. And like, just for like as young as I can remember, I was always like, fuck you, bro. I don't want to work in no fucking submarine factory. I'm going to be a magician. And you can imagine the sort of backlash that I got from my family. That was like going against the tribe at such an early age. It's like, it's just not a normal thing to do, to be like, nah, fuck that. It's not even like, oh, you know, I'm gonna become an electrician. I'm gonna move to fucking Reading, or I'm gonna do whatever. It's like, no, I want to be a magician. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. So I believe that my magicianing was a precursor to this, and I believe that this is a precursor to something else. It's just like, I don't know, it's just interesting thoughts that you have. It's like, okay, you just like start connecting dots, and I don't know, it's interesting, yeah, but I don't do anything for my fucking jaw. I desperately need a haircut though. Jesus Christ, I'm like a fucking yeti, fucking hound. I need to shave. I'm probably like a 4 out of 10 on the fuckability scale right now, but I've got a tan, so that kind of gives me a little bit more. Anyway, what were we saying? Fuck me, there's loads. Oh, fuck me. My arm is so sore. I should have got a fucking tripod, mate. How many I've done that one? Life game, yes, mate. Hey, dude, can you make a move on a relative in a low-risk way? Mate, you've already asked me this. Like, mate, no. Stop trying to seduce your family. Fuck me. You literally comment being like, how can I sleep with my third cousin? No, stay away from your relatives. Like, what more do you want me to say on this topic? Like, don't fucking try and sleep with your relatives, and stop asking me how to do it. Like, please unsubscribe from my channel if all you've got to ask me is how can I sleep with my third cousin? Like, what even is this? Like, there's like, how many billions of single women on the planet? The reason that you want to sleep with your third cousin is probably because it's more convenient for you, because you don't actually have to put yourself through the social fire and grow a set of balls to approach women who are actually not even outside your social circle, but outside your fucking family. So if this offends you, you, okay? If you're offended by my answer, then kindly unsubscribe, stop watching my videos, and stop commenting, how can I sleep with my fucking family? It's weird, mate, right? It's weird. Stop asking me. Fuck me. It's like, what more do I need to say on this topic? If I'm being unnecessarily harsh, then okay, you can say that. But in my opinion, I'm not. And at the end of the day, it's my fucking channel, mate. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Relative learn game, bro. Fucking yes. I have issues with the health and apartments. Too expensive to go in the city to do what I have to do. I have issues with the health and apartments. Too expensive to go in the city to do what I have to do. Fucking clue what you're talking about. I mean, find a job that pays you well. We're living in the land of opportunity, man. Come on. Like, what do you mean? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Oh, fuck me. Thanks, Christian. Great content. See you soon. I will see you out in Krakow, Robert. Oh yeah, speaking of Krakow, I literally forgot to plug that. So I'm going to be in Krakow in August, and I'm running something called the Game God Summit. So it's a week-long coaching program. I'm looking for two radically ambitious guys to come and join me out in Krakow. Typically, my 3-day boot camps are £1,500. You can have a full week with me out in Krakow for £2,000. Right, so for an extra £500, you're getting an additional 4 days with me out in Krakow. So it's called the Game God Summit. It's £2,000. Only 2 places available. That's happening out in Krakow in August from the 17th to the 24th. If you want to come and join me out there, then fucking do it. 2 places, £2,000. You get into get an extra 4 days. It's a no-brainer. Like if you want, like go on the website www.christiankasanova.com. Read the information. It's all on there. If you want to come out and join me, do that. If you don't, you're fucking lost. What else we got? I should probably just stop closing the fucking chat down, mate. You're a living legend. Thanks for making the video. This channel is bound for the strats. It's all about courage. I've day game by myself. You can definitely learn by yourself. Just gotta have balls. Out of curiosity, what's the harshest rejection? You can learn cold approach on your own. It's not rocket. You're just socializing with women. Why do you think? Oh, this is like, you don't get it, bro. You don't get it. Look. Oh my fucking God. Listen, mate. Damien, mate, I don't know who you are. I don't know how old you are. I don't know like where you're fucking living. It's not a case of you can't learn. Look, realistically, any guy can go over to a woman and give her a compliment. But in terms of actually getting results from this, in terms of actually building this into your life, so it's something you are rather than something that you do, mate, you need to be surrounded by people. But listen, if you disagree with me, then that's absolutely fine. You continue to do this on your own. Continue to be the perpetual lone wolf who parades around the pavers. Like, it's not just about that, right? It's actually about what makes you feel alive, how you actually going to enjoy yourself. Also the mental health aspect as well, right? Just being the perpetual lone wolf is not sustainable, nor is it healthy. Right, yeah, you can try and sculpt a great body at the gym, but why would you piss away so much time? Just get a personal trainer who can show you the ropes. But if you're in a position in your life where you don't care about time, if you don't care that it might take you 10 years just to get to where you want to be, then fine, do that. But for me, I care about efficiency, I care about speed, and I also care about how I actually feel when I'm doing that thing. For me, there is no better feeling having your guys in place, having your network in place, being like, yo, boys, let's go to fucking Sarajevo for the weekend. Like, you're just not on my wave, bro. Damien, you're not on my wave, man, and that's absolutely fine. I would suggest you unsubscribe from the channel. If you get value from the video, then happy days, but we're just not on the same frequency, mate, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, we're not on the same frequency. Maybe you'll have an epiphany 2 years from now, being like, oh, I understand the importance of having a masculine support network. I get it now. And I think people have got a hard time, like, when it comes to investing their money in services, right? Because the reason that people don't buy is usually for 2 reasons. They're worried it won't work, or they're worried that they'll get ripped off. So oftentimes it's like, if you're on a call with a guy, he's like, yeah, sounds good, I need to think about it. You don't need to think about it. You're not going to think about it. There is a problem that you have when I've told you the price. And it's, I'm worried it won't work, or I'm worried that I'll get ripped off in some capacity. So look, I think like changing your mindset around money, this is something that I've had to do because I
I didn't grow up around money. I always had that scarcity mindset, not just when it came to women, but finances as well. And I always saw me spending money was me losing money, right? That's how I always used to see it. It's like, okay, if I'm spending money, I'm losing money. Now it's investments, right? If I pay £200 a month for a gym membership, that is an investment into my health. It's also an investment into my network as well. You go to a more expensive gym, you're going to be surrounded by a wealthier clientele, guys who you can then network with, maybe guys who'll become my clients. I find like with abundance, romantic abundance and financial abundance go hand in hand, right? You piss your time away on a girl who doesn't really care about you because you're scared of losing that one option that you might have. And it's like, you know, you're worried about spending money because you think it's losing money, because you've got that scarcity mindset. Like abundance isn't always having, it's knowing you can have. There's a nuanced difference there. I think, guys, and I've been in this place where you think that every time you spend money, that is you losing money. It's not that. It's having that abundance mindset. Like when I joined this $10,000 coaching program, I didn't even feel anything. When that money sent over, like money, it's a transference of energy, right? This is not me trying to be like abstract and wishy-washy. I'm transferring my energy into a network of millionaires who are then helping me build myself up. So then when it comes to like investments, I'm not talking about like fucking crypto or whatever. Like when it comes to like investing in coaching of whatever sort, like the way that I view it is like, first of all, I'm going to make that money back. But the investment that I make into myself, I'm investing into my skills. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not like, when you become a man of value by learning high income skills. Like if you want to become a millionaire, then surround yourself with other millionaires. It's like you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's so true. Like that's why network is everything. And I'm not saying that you can't get results doing this on your own, but in terms of the actual life game thing, like just being surrounded by that network, having people to push you to become more than you thought you could be, to question you, to challenge you. Like you just need to be around other guys. Like I don't know if you disagree with that, then fine. But I just don't really see how you can say that if you're surrounded by the right guys, you're just gonna get further. Especially if you're surrounded by guys who are further ahead than you. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been doing my money and my time, investing into high ticket coaching. Which I think, yeah, mate, if you've got the money, then fucking do it. There's no point in you don't want to be the richest man in the grave, do you? Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be the richest man in the grave. Too long dead. Eternity's a long fucking time, mate. It really fucking is. I thought there was a little rabbit that just bounced past me. Go and get that bunny. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Yeah, but drop it a like, mate, if you're watching this. You can learn most men have girlfriend without speaking to dating coaching life. Then fucking fine, mate. Like. Damien, mate, like just go. If you've got nothing good to say, mate, off you go. Hey Christian, I'm already in a coaching program. Use your videos for extra information. I'm thinking of additionally taking courses for my rhetoric and vocal skills. Thoughts? I'm thinking of taking courses for my mate. If you think something can help you, then do it. If you perceive value somewhere and you think yes, by investing my money in this course or this program, every man should do whatever it takes to look and feel as good as he can. So mate, fucking go for it. Like again, just get out of that scarcity mindset. Stop being worried about like losing money. It's just an investment. You'll make it back. Boom, done. It's like that's why like just being generous with your money. Like I've taken my mum on holiday to Portugal. It's like boom, done. Like you go out to the restaurant, like tipping handsomely. Right, like just being abundant with the way that you live. That's the abundant lifestyle. You're never going to be needy in your life again. Like not just when you've got this skill set, but when you are an abundant man. It's like you're not stressed because you're like, yeah, that will find me again. So just be more generous. Be generous with your compliments. Be generous with your energy. Be generous with your finances. Because I think that is the thing that suffocates and stagnates so many of us. It's scarcity. It's like, oh, what if I walk away from this relationship and I don't get anyone better? Well, just fucking do it. Just like jump. Don't be pushed. Just cannonball head first into the cold water, and don't worry if the water you jumped from was nice and lukewarm. Like, I don't know. Words are difficult. Like, words never truly capture like what's actually going on in here. But I'm trying to put that. It's just abundance. Like abundance is the thing which will alleviate all of your anxieties. It really is. Like, if you can become an abundant man, you'll be free. You know. Da 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 da. Da da da. What are we saying? Da da da. If you need help with voice, hit me up. I have been already, stuff like that. What's your experience? I've got professional advice regarding voice, hanging out with a few coaches. However, I won't charge. This is comrade to comrade. Fine. Do us a favor, mate, though. Like, if you want to plug your shit, do it on your own channel. Nice one. Facts, choose your own path. Approaching is one of the hardest things to do for a man. It's also one of the most rewarding. When are we going to see your night game infields? You're not, because I don't really give a shit about night game. YouTube doesn't have a DM function. Would you like to do something? Would you do something serious with a single mother at your age? Would I do something serious? No, probably not. If you have the money and you can't approach alone, getting a coach is going to be the best experience in your life. I agree. Facts. Damien Lee definitely has a point. Guys who get a lot of in your local town never heard. Yeah, but mate, like, I appreciate that there are a lot of guys who've not heard of day game and their lives are sweet. But if you're watching these videos, then your life's not fucking sweet. I'm not talking to the quote-unquote naturals in these videos. I'm talking to the guys who don't have a fucking clue how to talk to women. I'm talking to the guys who don't have a fucking clue what it means to be in abundance. These videos are not for naturals, right? So you can disagree with the points I'm making. That's absolutely fine. But no, I don't think anybody realistically watches this content if their life, or especially their relationships, are sweet, right? There's pain somewhere in there. I think you have to be realistic with that. But hey, it's your life. Do what the fuck you want. Da 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 da. Ba ba ba. Da da da. You can be natural. Da da da. You can be natural if your upbringing was as such. Maybe. I mean, my upbringing was pretty shit, but I've done pretty well. Make sure everybody in your boat is rowing, not drilling holes. That's true. If you're surrounded by the right guys, you'll realize the true limits of game. Imagine thinking the only way to show value is being a stranger on the tree. It's 2023. Invest in a solid Instagram. Yeah, mate, if you don't like day game, get the fuck off the channel. if you're upset about it, like, this is not saying the only way to... What a fucking moron. This is not saying the only way to meet strangers is on the street, right? For me, any self-respecting man should be able to go over to a woman who he's attracted to and start a non-needy conversation, right? All this is learning how to deliver your value to the world through the art of communication. If you want to hide behind a screen and build a fucking Instagram, then do that. For me, it's what makes me feel the most alive. And I feel as though in the modern world, we don't have that rite of passage anymore, where we have to go into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights and return a man. And I think this is the ultimate rite of passage. I think this is the ultimate way of undergoing a true masculine renaissance. And also, I think, what sort of relationships do you want to have as well? Like, for me, if the girl that I'm approaching could potentially be the mother of my children, how do I want that relationship to blossom? I think I'd feel more like a man of honor and nobility if that relationship blossomed by me having the balls to go over to her stone cold sober. And look, bro, it doesn't have to just be on the street. Look, your mindset is just probably skewed, and you're probably not the sort of guy that I resonate with anyway. But the infield footage that you see on YouTube is like 10% of my life. We film on the streets because they're the easiest places to film. The whole point is you use the streets as a training ground because they provide the most opportunity and the most volume. But it's just learning how to deliver your value, whether you're at a museum, an art gallery, a coffee shop, a music festival, at the airport waiting for a plane. It's a skill that, in my opinion, the modern man should have. Rather than cowering behind a screen, building the perfect Instagram with these airbrushed images and filtered facades, why don't you just grow a set of balls and go over and speak to somebody? Because I guarantee, if you are that guy who is hiding behind a screen, who's building this Instagram, this perfect Instagram, mate, you're still a scared little boy inside. You're just terrified of not receiving love from the feminine. So you build this castle around you because you're just scared. And that's fine. It's fine to be scared. I say, one of the first things I say to my guys when we start working together is, listen, mate, whenever you don't want to do something, just tell me that you're scared. Because that's realistically the reason that you don't want to do it. It's not because she looks bitchy, she looks busy, or she might have a boyfriend. It's just because you're scared. And that's fine. Like, I'm scared too. Right? I'm scared too when I go out and do this, because it is scary. It's biological suicide to go over to a woman and declare your desire in a non-needy way. Just admit that you're scared. It's fine. You're scared. I'm scared. We just try to do the best with the information that we've been given. That's it. You know? So yeah, just thoughts. Do what you want with them. But yeah, I hope that answers your expostulation. For me, it's well nice outside, so I'm going to go in the swimming pool. Let me just finish the last one. Sounds great. Great point. But Burr still has a swiller. LeBron spends millions on his fitness. You got 100%. That's a good point. LeBron does spend millions on his fitness. It's just like, yeah. But ultimately, everyone's got the time to speak to a random stranger when they're out and about on the day. 100%. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Yeah. Ultimately, boys, this is just advice, right? That's all it is. It's just advice. And you know, if there are people who are getting triggered by the things that I say, then that's good, because it means that you are independent thinkers who have got a brain and you are thinking rationally for yourself. But yeah, I hope you've been able to take at least some semblances of value from this one. I feel as though this has been a conducive, productive, liberating live stream where we've all had healthy debates and discussions, and we can leave it happier, wiser, honourable men. And yeah, I've enjoyed making this one. Thank you all for being here. If you're watching this on repeat, then drop it a like. Leave a comment as well for the algorithm. Why not? YOLO. But yeah, much love to every single one of you for being here for this one. Sorry if I look like a fucking hound. But yeah, I've got so many bites on my legs. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you all for being here. If you're here still, then I appreciate you. You're a true Casanovian. I hope the things that I've said have reverberated around your soul and they give you things to think about. Agree with me, disagree with me, it's your fucking life. Do what you want. Live a life beyond the beige. Don't be the guy that sleepwalks through life, wakes up when his best years are behind him, and do not die with your music still inside of you. Because yes, gentlemen, you are too long dead. You don't want to be the richest man in the grave. And eternity, as we've discovered in this live stream, is a long fucking time. Anyway.